watching Fox Sports, home to the BCS, the National Football League, NASCAR, Major League Baseball, and FoxSports.com.
We are Fox Sports! 1, 2, 3, we got a bond that can't be broken. No more do we gon' hit! We gon' hit! You keep going! Don't stop on me! Your best! On every play!
Who is fired up? We are fired up!
Go! Get a bond! Get a bond!
Touchdown! Touchdown!
Excuse me, I gotta go to work.
We will win this game. It's not a pep talk, that's reality. Wow! Don't ever try to block. Come on, Bells, we gotta make plays every time. Just keep battling, we'll get them. 50's down, Ellis. Kill. 50's Mike. Like 20. Don! Go! Let's go! Let's flood the water. Let's go for a kill. Kill that season. Ain't dead yet. Come on. Ain't no point it out. Ain't no point it out. Everyone know who that? We that. Let's go. Showtime.
Michael Strahan's kids, at least 4/9 of them, saw the Chipmunks this week, and they said they really liked it.
4/9 of them did see it. They loved the movie. They thought it was really good.
If his family goes to the movie, it makes the box office.
All right, guys, let's talk a little football right here. You know, the 2009, the calendar year is almost over, but the playoff race rolls on right here, only on the Built Ford Tough Fox NFL Sunday pregame show. Howdy, gang. I'm Kurt Menefee. Thank you so much for joining us. You know, with 2 weeks left in the regular season, 6 teams have already clinched a playoff berth, but 6 more spots are up for grabs. That means today on Fox, we'll have a terrific day of football filled with playoff implications. So why don't we get it rolling and say hello to Terry, Howie, Michael, and Jimmy, and a special hello from you, Howie.
Yeah, my mom down in Florida, she's struggling. Get well, Mom. Hang in there.
And we all wish you the best. Mama. Absolutely. Well, as we move forward, you know what? We were inspired, actually, by Michael Strahan last week.
Isn't everybody?
Well, always. 4/9 of us are inspired by it.
I can't help it. That's just who I am.
He delivered a little poetry for everybody. So why don't we begin today's DirecTV headlines by telling us what's happening with a timely poem. 'Twas 2 days after Christmas, and all through the NFL, the playoff race is stirring, and the Eagles are playing quite well. Brian Westbrook is back, and he'll be handled with care. But look out for Brian Dawkins, who too will be there. Up in Minnesota, a power struggle came to a head. Brett Favre and Brad Childress want to put that to bed. In the last game ever at Giant Stadium for Big Blue, stick a fork in the G-Men, Jimmy? Come on, that's not true. A Chargers win on Christmas night gave them a first-round bye. If they're not in the Super Bowl conversation, one has to ask just why. For the Broncos, Ravens, and Patriots, a playoff spot is within sight, but all that can change pretty quickly, like all in one night. And finally, the Colts' quest for an undefeated regular season is now down to just 2. If no one stops Peyton Manning, the 72 Dolphins will cry, boo, boo, boo. And so we begin our Domino's playoff picture with the Colts and the AFC. Now, Indy has clinched home field throughout, and as I mentioned, San Diego has clinched the number 2 seed and a first-round bye. New England and Cincinnati lead the East and North. In the wild card race, well, Stephen Hawking would have trouble figuring this one out. Let's make it simple. Baltimore and Denver are each 8-6. If they win out, they are in. After that, 5 teams are 7-7. The bottom line for those teams, win your 2 games, then hope either the Ravens or Broncos lose at least once. Brilliant, right, TV?
Outstanding.
Now in the NFC, New Orleans' quest for perfection is over, but Drew Brees and company are 13-1 and can wrap up home field by beating Tampa Bay today. Minnesota has lost 2 of 3, but they are still the number 2 seed as we head into action here on Sunday. Meanwhile, as we look at the rest of the Domino's playoff picture, both Philadelphia and Arizona can still get a first-round bye, and they lead the East and West, respectively. The wild card right now has got Green Bay and Dallas, with the Giants just 1 game back. But why don't we get back to the AFC here, Michael? And when you take a look at it, just look at the wild card race. 7 teams vying for 2 spots. The Broncos today have to go to Philly. The Ravens have to go to Pittsburgh, so not easy matchups. But when you look at the whole schedule, Who do you think is in? Who do you think is out in the AFC?
Well, you know, in the AFC, I think Baltimore is in. I think they have a good chance of beating Pittsburgh today. Then they play an Oakland team that's possibly ready to go home. Last game of the season. Then you have Denver. They have Philadelphia today, a game that I don't think they should win. But then the last game of the season, they play a Kansas City team that's ready to go home. Miami, I thought, might be able to sneak in, but they're playing Houston. Then they have Pittsburgh, two teams that are kind of in that same situation. I think Denver will limp in. I think Baltimore will be.
Yeah, Denver stumbles in. If I'm Baltimore, though, this is a game you have to win. And I'll tell you why. Let's say they lose today and they end up at 9-7, finish the year out. Miami has Houston and Pittsburgh at home. They finish 9-7. As we mentioned, Denver stumbles in, loses in Philadelphia, wins at home versus Kansas City. Through a complicated series of tiebreakers which don't apply, it ends up going to strength of victory. Who has the worst strength of victory? Baltimore. That would mean Denver is in, Miami's in.
Yeah, I don't see Denver, and I know you're giving them a loss today and a victory next week against the Chiefs. Chiefs can surprise you, and they do play Denver well.
No, shock us.
Yeah, but they will. Baltimore's on the road at the Steelers and at the Raiders, and I think they are going to lose the Steelers, and I think they'll beat the Raiders. But I think what happens is, you're right, I think the Broncos get in, but they may be the worst playoff team to get in. I see Broncos getting in. Pittsburgh, I got my fingers crossed for them. I think if they sweep it out, I think Pittsburgh can get in this thing.
Wow, I don't see it.
You can't go like that.
No. But why can't I say that?
Y'all covered it, but I will say Denver and Baltimore, they're going to be the ones to get in. The only 7-7 team that's got a shot would be Miami, that's got the 2 home games. They've got a chance, 2 winnable games at home.
All right, guys, let's
So
quickly.
you're saying my Pittsburgh team's not going to get in?
No, they're not
quickly
getting in.
move on and get upstairs to our NFL insider, Jay Glazer. And, Jay, before you start talking, I know we had a couple of birthdays this week. One of our producers, Jen Pransky, she celebrated her birthday the day before Christmas, and then yesterday, the day after Christmas, you celebrated the Big 4-0. Happy Glazmas.
Thank you, buddy. You know, it's a good thing age is just a number because, you know, I act about 14.
You didn't hear what he said. Never mind.
What did he say?
All right.
What did he say?
Let's move on and
Bring it
talk
in.
about Cleveland. Mike Holmgren was hired as president this week. Bruce Allen, he took over in Washington. He started to work right away. But what's the plan for Holmgren?
Well, Holmgren's not following what Bruce Allen did. In fact, Mike Holmgren's going to come in, and his first day will basically be the Monday, the day after the season ends. That's when he's planning to have his press conference. He doesn't want to go the Bruce Allen route.
So then who are the GM candidates in Cleveland right now, and will Eric Mangini stay on as coach?
Well, you know, first of all, let's tackle the general manager question. Right now, the names I'm hearing are Randy Mueller, who's familiar with him in Seattle, John Schneider, who's right now with the Green Bay Packers, also had been with him in Seattle, and also Tom Heckert, who's the GM out there with the Philadelphia Eagles, all, by the way, represented by his agent, Bob Lamont. As far as Eric Mangini, Holmgren has always contended that he doesn't believe in the one and done for head coaches. However, people close to him tell me he views Mangini differently because the way Mangini goes about his philosophy, I think he's looking for an offensive-minded head coach, and I'm being told at best, it's 50-50 that he comes back.
So just not a match at all, huh?
Not at all. I cannot see those guys matching. Can you?
All right. No, not really. I understand one other name, though, who has been talked about for one of those football czar or GM jobs, is off the market already. Fill us in.
I've actually learned that this week, very quietly, the Atlanta Falcons have locked up Rich McKay, their team president, to a new 5-year extension. They'll announce it tomorrow.
All right. Thanks a lot, Jay. We'll check back with you later for the inside scoopage on Brett Favre and Brad Childress, exactly what happened in that locker room.
You got it, bud.
That and more coming your way. Take a look.
Here's what's on tap. Simplified with features from the new Windows 7.
Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow.
Baby, it's cold outside, but the Fox NFL Sunday pregame show is just heating up. The Vikings have been hot all season, but things have gotten chilly between Brad and Brett. Will the big chill freeze the Vikings playoff run? Speaking of playoffs, there are 3 NFC teams in a fight for 2 spots. Who gets in? The G-Men, the boys, or the Pack? Then, Howie unveils his uncut diamonds, the players you'll be talking about for years to come. Is one of them on your team? All that, plus Glaze checks in, and Frank makes his picks. That's what's on tap. Brought to you by Windows 7. Your PC simplified.
All right, so there's pretty much 2 kinds of trucks in the world. Dumb trucks and smart trucks. Dumb trucks give you exactly what you expect. Brawn. Same old, same old. But a smart truck gives you brains, too. It'll connect you to the internet, help find lost tools, dial your cell phone, and recognize your voice. You know how many smart trucks there are? Just one, the Ford F-150. Your 2.5-ton office just got some new software. It's not just a pickup truck. It's a Ford F-150.
For over 20 years, Visa has helped athletes achieve their dreams and get to the Olympic Games. Right now, we're going to help you get there too. When you use your Visa card, you have a chance to win a trip to the Olympic Winter Games. We hope to see you there. Visa, the only card accepted at the Olympic Games. More people go with Visa.
Honey, don't touch that. We still need to get that all hooked up. I'll call someone in the morning.
How about I hook it up with my mind?
All right, it's showtime. How are you doing that? Not bad, baby.
We'll take over your computer and your problems. Get 24/7 Geek Squad online support, only from Best Buy.
The chill of peppermint. The rich, dark chocolate. York peppermint patty. Get the sensation.
There for you and your guilty pleasures.
We call it the American Renewal because we believe in the strength of American businesses. GE Capital understands what small businesses need to grow and create jobs. Today, over 300,000 businesses rely on GE Capital for the critical financing they need to help get our economy back on track.
The American Renewal is happening right now.
The one and only Built Ford Tough Fox NFL Sunday pregame show is sponsored by the Ford F-150. Built Ford Tough by Coors Light. When the mountains turn blue, your beer is as cold as the Rockies and ready for kickoff. By State Farm. To us, nothing's more important than being there. And by Visa. Visa debit is easier than cash. More people go with Visa. State Farm covers the field. To State Farm, nothing's more important than being there on and off the field.
State Farm covers the field, so why don't we cover what's being called the big chill in Minnesota between head coach Brad Childress and Brett Favre. Now, it seems like two issues have caused some friction. One, Favre's tendency to change running plays into passing plays. And two, Childress asked Favre to come out of a 7-6 game last week in Carolina in which Favre was really taking a beating. Now, immediately after that game, Favre was still fired up.
There was a little heated discussion, I guess you would call it. We were up 7-6 at the time, and no secret, I was getting hit a little bit. Brad wanted to go in a different direction, and I wanted to stay in the game. And we were up. We're up 7-6. Yeah, it's not 70-6, but we're up 7-6. So, I said, I'm staying in the game. I'm playing. I didn't have time to sit there and say, well, why or what? My response was, we got to win this ball game.
This game is an emotional game, particularly when you're right in the middle of it. I appreciate his wanting to stick to it. What I said has nothing to do with how you're playing. It has to do with what's happening to you out there. And, again, there's volatility and there's motion involved.
We have had some good discussions, and I think the team, as well as the coaching staff, knows where I stand and what I stand for, and we're trying to do this thing together, and so we have resolved it, and we got to get it fixed.
All right, so Brad Childress is trying to make Adrian Peterson and the running game more the focus of the offense, Jimmy. Yet at the same time, even though he's changing the play at the line of scrimmage, we have to give Brett Favre some credit. He's been in this league 20 years. Doesn't he get a little leeway in calling audibles here?
Look, Kurt, I know I'm only supposed to talk 30 seconds, but I'm calling an audible. You know what I stand for. And I wear my frustrations on my sleeves. So what? So what? Really, I'm just about winning. That's me. Now, Brett Favre is infected He's infected with a disease. And, you know, a lot of superstars get this disease. You know, they have so many accolades thrown their way. You know, they're idolized, and they start to thinking they're bigger than the team, they're more important than the team, and they're more important than any one individual, including the head coach.
Can he win an Emmy
So
for
what?
acting for that? I'm trying to wonder what the name of the disease is. I'll make sure I don't have it.
If Chuck Noll tells me to sit on the bench, I sit on the bench. But that's old school, okay? Maybe that's old school. I sit down. Whatever he says, he's the boss. I follow orders. I think what Chile, the mistake he made in Minnesota was when you pick Brett up and you're driving back to training camp, explain to him, here's the rules. I send a play in, you run it. You don't come out of it. Lay it all out there so that when Brett goes in front of and does these press conferences, you then have a rebuttal. Your rebuttal is, hey, he knew the rules when he came in here. And I think that was a huge mistake. I understand Brett's part, but you cannot. You have to totally respect your head coach. And listen, Chile, sit his butt down. If you have to throw him down, you got to send a message to the leader of the team. Forget the $12 million and all you brought him in here for. Sit him down. Throw him down. I don't care what you do. You have to be the leader and the coach of that team, and he didn't do it.
But they haven't played well. That's the problem. I wonder if he were changing plays when they were winning. All of a sudden, you're losing it. Everybody has a beef. Everybody has a complaint. And my thing is, if you have that problem, Childress didn't address it after the game. Favre brought it up.
He brought it up.
Like, why do that? Why bring this, any distraction to a team that's lost 2 out of the last 3 and lost to a Carolina team that everybody thought they were going to blow out? And at some point, Jimmy, you're right. You do feel as a player that you have more power than the coach because you feel like I can tell a guy to do something and he'll get it done, whereas the coach does it, it might get done.
Right.
Players feel that way. So when Brett Favre says, I'm not coming out of the game, he knows he has 50-something other guys with his back. Childress doesn't have that.
I'm not coming out of the game up 7-6 last week after New Orleans is lost on Saturday night and the potential for home field advantage. I'm on Brett's side on that. He's run this offense for what, 18 years? I think he knows the offense well and should be able to check in and out of plays. I mean, some of this is old school quarterback not comfortable with the way that new school quarterbacks are treated. And some of it is maybe a coach who's had a bad experience with a marquee quarterback. And I don't mean Troy. Right. You see where I'm going? And here's the thing. When your left tackle struggling against a marquee football player, if you want a videotape on how to defend that, put on your film versus Arizona. Jared Allen got hit by everybody but the vendor. That's how you protect your quarterback.
When do you finally say, I respect you, coach. You told me to sit down. I'm going to sit down. That's what you want me to do. That's what I do. But you know, am I wrong? Am I wrong even though we're down, we're up by a point?
But, you know, I mean, Howie kind of hinted towards it. You talked at the end of Marino's career. You know, you inherited him. He already was what he was. When he got into a situation like this, or would you allow it to get into a situation like this with a guy like Marino, who's a legend already?
Well, audibles have changed. In the old days, you know, the audible was, you know, man-to-man coverage. You know, you take advantage of the man-to-man coverage and you go for a home run, you get the big play. But because of the zone blitz and because of disguising the coverages, you know, it got to where you didn't know for sure what they were going to be in. And really, the audibles now go more to a running play, to go to a safe play. Our second year in Miami, we charted every single audible Dan had. We converted 22% of the time. You know, only 22% of the time we had 5 turnovers. You know, and so what we did, we changed the next year. We went to a pass-run option audible, and it works so much better, not having a true audible.
I'm amazed at the marquee quarterbacks in this league today making millions of dollars, and all our viewers out there worshiping these guys. They don't even know when to call timeout or how to run a 2-minute drill. Everything is called for them through that little speaker.
Adrian Peterson pays dividends on the 25th carry, not the 5th.
And listen, big guys, if I tell you you're not playing.
When we come back, Jay Glazer with what happened inside the locker room in Minnesota when we continue. Stay with us.
Take us out of here, Kurt.
We're going.
There for you and life's daily miracles.
Who's the best? This guy is.
There for you and your guilty pleasures.
Taste the carnival. With powdered sugar and vanilla icing dip, try new funnel cake sticks, served all day at Burger King.
Humans were offered a chance to assimilate, but they refused. Therefore, they are enemies of the state.
Human blood is our most precious resource, and our supplies are running out.
Our families are starving.
If you capture a human,
They found us. They're everywhere.
it is law to turn them in. Here at Bromley Marks Pharmaceuticals, we keep humans alive.
To farm them for blood.
Daybreakers, rated R. In theaters everywhere January 8th.
He came back for another shot at the playoffs. You can too. NFL.com Fantasy Playoff Challenge is back. It's free. And you could win a trip to Super Bowl 45. You thought the fantasy season was over. Sign up now at NFL.com/fantasy. You want the NFL? Go to the NFL.
Everybody seems to be thinking about a brand spanking new Toyota. So what if I combine the biggest Toyota showroom in the nation, King's Toyota, with the biggest sale of the year, Toyotathon?
Now that's double outrageous.
And how about I throw in 0% financing on 10 of your favorite Toyota models?
Now, that'd be triple outrageous.
And now I'm going to throw in free oil changes and car washes for life.
Now that's quadruple outrageous.
Toyotathon only happens once a year at King's Toyota in the King's Auto Mall.
What's the word?
Outrageous.
New Year's Day, the Sugar Bowl. UC plays to keep the perfect season alive. And Fox 19 will be live in New Orleans. Coverage begins at 7. Then watch the Cats battle the defending champs. And stay with Fox 19 for the post-game wrap-up live from the Superdome. It's Bearcats Game Night, only on Fox 19. Brought to you by Performance Honda and Performance Toyota.
At Watson's incredible half-off after Christmas sale. Get up to half off on scratch and dent and floor model spas, saunas, and tanning beds. Choose from 50 floor model spas priced as low as $9.99. An $8,000 premium spa with waterfall, LED lights, and stereo is now just $39.99. Saunas priced from $9.99. New and floor model tanning systems from $7.99. Plus, pay no interest for 12 full months.
Now through Monday during the half-off after Christmas sale, only at Watson's.
The Sugar Bowl on Fox 19. Brought to you by Marathon.
Help your neighbors in need and be a part of Food from the Heart. Happy holidays from Kroger.
The Sugar Bowl on Fox 19. Brought to you by Marathon.
Today on Fox, Drew Brees and the Saints try to clinch home field advantage as they take on Tampa Bay. And check this out. In 6 of the last 7 years, the last place team in the NFC South the previous year went on to win the division the following year. That worst to first trend continued with the Saints this season, and you never know, maybe that means good news for Tampa Bay next year. Speaking of good news, hey, if you forgot someone on your Christmas list, I've got a great gift idea which just came out. It's the new animated movie from, I'm telling you, one of the funniest shows on TV, one of my favorites, Family Guy. It's a parody of Star Wars called Something, Something, Something Dark Side. And it's now available exclusively on Blu-ray and DVD.
You need a Blu-ray player. You have like 8-track. and a beta and all
hey,
that.
Cassette player in my car, best ever. Best new, my new cassette player.
You burn some vinyl on it.
I've got the disc. I've got the disc over here, TB.
Here's a guy who's got everything that we need to know about the National Football League, our insider, Jay Glazer. Jay, we just talked about the story in Minnesota between Favre and Childress. Take us inside, behind the scenes, on how they tried to diffuse the situation afterwards.
Well, Kurt, there are some people in life who thrive on uncomfortable situations. Jared Allen, he's one of those guys. This week, the team, in a team meeting, he actually got up in front of everybody and said, Brett, come on, just hug it out. Hug it out, guys. And the guy said it was certainly met with a lukewarm reaction. Childress went along with it, opened his arms up as if to say, let's bear this whole thing. But Brett said, no, we can't hug anything out until we win this thing. So they're all both trying to be politically correct. But, really leave it up to Jared Allen to just stir it up even more.
And for Favre to keep it going as well, not even hugging his head coach.
I mean, how do you not hug the head coach? Hug it out, baby.
Hey, amen to that, brother. Hey, Favre and Childress both say it's good right now. What did resolve the situation in their eyes?
Well, you know what? Team owner Ziggy Wolf certainly played a big role in that. And Ziggy is hardly ever there during the season, during the week. This week, he made sure he stayed there. He huddled with both Brett and Brad Childress. And again, Ziggy Wolf making sure that both of these investments can live together.
How bad was the initial battle between the two then?
It was Brad Childress. It was bad. When Childress first heard about it, he was actually in his own locker room. He was in his towel when he heard about it and summoned Brett to come there and just lambasted him, sitting there with a towel. Insert joke here, guys. I'm going to step away from this one. But just really got into Brett. And everybody in the team said, look, we can't let this derail us from what we're doing.
All right, Jay, a reminder. I know that you know, but everyone else needs to make sure they know the After Party with Jay Glazer, presented by Sprint, streams live each and every Monday on FoxSports.com. Jared Allen's going to be there 1 o'clock Eastern time.
We'll hug it out, Jared Allen.
Jared Allen every week?
Yes.
Every week.
Jared Allen's basically his co-host.
He's the only guy that gives this time on Monday every week.
Now that Strahan's on TV already, he doesn't have another connection to the league. He's got to work on that. All right, let's get to our rapid-fire segment, guys, quickly, and we begin right away. The Eagles. They get Brian Westbrook back today. How important is he to their potential Super Bowl run?
Well, you know, I think the Eagles have shown they can win without him. Now, having him is just a bonus now, but I just think with him coming back, they shouldn't put him in a position where he needs to go out there and try to carry the offense, do what they've been doing with him not being there, and they'll be successful.
Big bonus in the passing game, all those little check downs, big bonus.
Yeah, as long as they block for him, I love Jackson on the outside.
Yeah.
Also in that game, longtime Eagles safety Brian Dawkins, he comes back to Philly with the Broncos. What type of reception do you think he'll get? And also, is Dawkins a Hall of Famer?
They love him.
Yeah,
standing
ovation.
They love
Big
him.
applause.
Is he a Hall of Famer?
Yeah, you know what? I couldn't say he's not. I think the guy's been a dominant safety for so long. He's one of those guys that it's very hard. You have to cheer for him because he's such a good guy on and off the field. And in Philly, they love him.
You just love the way he plays.
Yeah, Lure's already said he can't wait to put him in their Ring of Honor.
Exactly.
So.
Who's the best team in the NFC right now?
Saints.
New Orleans Saints.
Saints, even though they lost last week.
Saints.
But I think if somebody could beat them down there, it'd be Philadelphia.
Really?
Yeah.
Let's go to the AFC. The Chargers won 10 straight. Are they better than the Colts right now?
Wow.
They're
Better
the one
than the
team
Colts.
that can beat the Colts, and they know they can.
And they've had their number,
My
too.
preseason picks were Philadelphia versus San Diego.
You love you some you.
Hey, you got to stand up.
I'll tell you,
Pat yourself on the back.
My man's going to tear a rotator cuff patting himself on the back.
Hey, why doesn't anyone give Phillip Rivers love for MVP?
Good question.
He plays on the West Coast. You know,
Well, we've been in
people
love
have
with
TVs
Brady.
now.
We've been in love
They
with
can see it.
You have Big Ben, you have Brady, and you have Manning, and then you have Rivers. And I think you're exactly right.
And he has a great relationship with his head coach.
And I think exactly.
And you know what?
There's a novel.
He wins the
Definitely should
Super
be
Bowl.
mentioned there.
He wins the Super Bowl. He'll get everything everybody else gets.
But you vote on MVP before the Super Bowl.
Well, you know what?
next
He
year.
wins it, then every year they will bring his name
Then
into
people
the
will respect
equation.
him as one of the greats. I got you. All right, hey, Randy Moss. Is he a light bulb guy, turns it off and on when he wants to?
Hey, you know what? His shoulders are so big, you can put the world on him, baby. The earth. Oh, wow.
I'll tell you what, when the light bulb's on, it's pretty bright.
Yes.
Ooh. Speaking of bright, we will move into the darkness.
Why are you sliding?
We're moving into the
Where
darkness.
are you going with this?
The Rams.
Oh.
One loss away from clinching the top pick in the draft. We'll go with Jimmy on this one. Who would you go with? Nebraska's defensive tackle Ndamukong Suh, or pick a quarterback like Jimmy Clausen or Sam Bradford?
As good as Chris Long's been playing here the last 5 or 6 weeks, you put Suh in there as a defensive tackle, Long will be even that much better.
So you would go with Suh?
I'd go with Suh.
Yeah, I agree. Absolutely.
Well, so you're a guy who trades. You wouldn't trade down at all to try and get a quarterback or anything?
Name me.
Suh's that
Where's
good.
the franchise quarterback?
It's
Name
hard.
me one.
It's
See,
hard.
there's not a franchise quarterback.
Hard to get a
Hard to
dominant
get a
lineman.
great defensive lineman.
Bradford, Oklahoma, got a bad shoulder. The kid down in Texas, they're not sure about.
Go with Suh.
All
Suh.
right. Well,
Clausen
maybe
at
there's
Notre
one in
Dame.
6th or 7th round or
Boy
something.
named
All right.
Suh.
Anyway, when we come back, we will answer the question about the New Orleans Saints. Were they exposed last week by the Dallas Cowboys? And just who will be left out when we look at the NFC playoff picture. Tell us what you think by logging on to twitter.com/NFL on Fox. The Waving Lily runs our Twitter page, and she'll get your tweet back to us when we come back.
Okay, so there's the kind of sweepstakes where you win something like a year's supply of cheese puffs. Then there's the Ford F-150 BCS tailgate sweepstakes, where the prize is a trip to all 3 BCS games on Fox and the ultimate tailgate F-150. Yeah, that's a new 2010 F-150. Inside, there's enough room for an offensive line. Outside, it's customized with a tailgate grill, 5 satellite-powered plasma TVs, and an Xbox 360. So get into it. Enter now at bcstailgate.com.
Family Guy strikes back with a never-before-seen DVD event.
The boss is coming. Look busy.
A lot of Empire stuff.
Ooh, Empire
stuff.
Getting Empire stuff done.
Busy
all
with
done
Empire
with this
stuff.
up.
All new something Dark Side. Now available.
Yeah, look, the giant chicken's Boba Fett.
It was a horrible feeling, like I couldn't catch my breath. I couldn't believe I was actually having a heart attack. I remember being at the hospital, thinking about my wife. I should have done more to take care of myself. Now I'm exercising, watching my diet, and I trust my heart to Lipitor.
Unlike some other cholesterol-lowering medications, Lipitor is FDA approved to reduce the risk of heart attack, stroke, and certain kinds of heart surgeries in patients with several common risk factors or heart disease. Lipitor is backed by over 17 years of research. Lipitor is not for everyone, including people with liver problems and women who are nursing, pregnant, or may become pregnant. You need simple blood tests to check for liver problems. Tell your doctor if you are taking other medications or if you have any muscle pain or weakness. This may be a sign of a rare but serious side effect.
I'll never forget what I went through. Don't take your health for granted.
Have a heart-to-heart with your doctor about your risk and about Lipitor.
Hey, heads up. Did you know for the first time in history, you can vote for who you want to see in the 2010 Pro Football Hall of Fame? Well, Van Heusen and JCPenney are giving you the power to vote and be heard at fanschoice.com. Tell the Hall what you think. Vote now.
This is NFL Game Day as experienced by the Now Network. Here's what's happening now, brought to you by Sprint. Brandon Jacobs and the G-Men face Carolina today in Big Blue's final regular season game ever in Giant Stadium. Strahan, what's your fondest memory there?
Oh, 41-0 against the Minnesota Vikings that sent us to my first Super Bowl. Obviously, the Super Bowl wasn't great, but phenomenal memory, the greatest crowd ever played in front of me.
Well, the Giants are just one game back of Green Bay and Dallas in the playoff race. And one reason for their success, Steve Smith. I mean, the other Steve Smith on the left. Jimmy, right now, is the Giant Steve Smith the best Steve Smith going in the NFL?
Well, New York Giants Steve Smith leads the league with 90 catches, but the real Steve Smith, he resides in Carolina.
And by the way, we'll find out if Carolina's D'Angelo Williams will play in just a bit. Meanwhile, up in the frozen tundra, it's the Seahawks and the Packers. If Matt Hasselbeck wants to make a prediction, here's one. It's cold. Temperatures in the low 20s. It snowed yesterday, could snow again today. TB, any chance that Seattle could actually handle cold weather?
I don't think so. Green Bay turned Ryan Grant loose in 2008. Again, the playoff game there, he rushed for 201 yards. They'll do the same thing today. It's cold.
It's cold outside. Finally, Darren Sharper and the Saints try to rebound from their first loss as they take on Tampa Bay. A New Orleans victory today clinches home field advantage throughout the NFC playoffs. For more NFL Now, download NFL Mobile Live at sprint.com/NFL, only on the Now Network. As we come back inside, Howie, everyone wants to know, did the Cowboys expose the Saints last week? And what should New Orleans be concerned about as they head towards the playoffs?
Well, I think you could make the case that New Orleans maybe peaked versus New England, and we saw the Dallas loss coming in the 2 games after the New England game. What's the biggest difference in New Orleans right now? First 11 games, they rushed for 150 yards a game. Now it's 72 yards a game. And protection. Bushrod struggled at left tackle. They talked about making a change there, but they're going to go with less 4- and 5-man routes, give that left tackle protection. Sean Payton won't make that mistake again.
Well, you know what? I think they had 2 pressures on them, undefeated in Super Bowl. Losing a game could be good for them. Now it's only about the Super Bowl.
All right, when we come back, we'll break down the entire NFC playoff race. Plus, Jay Glazer with late-breaking injury news, Frank Caliendo, and Howie Long's top 10 underrated hidden gems in the National Football League. But right now, Carolina's Steve Smith gets us fired up.
Today, I'm just going by 89. That's all I'm going by, 89. There's no controversy. Do it as long as how I do it and how I've done it, then you can talk. Until then, keep your mouth shut.
We at the house, baby. We must protect this house on 3. 1, 2, 3, we run.
Coach Romeo Cornell, we hear you're a real Romeo with the ladies.
Okay.
Coach, what should I say to a girl after I buy her a nice cold Coors Light?
How are you doing? You know?
I like to whisper in a lady's ear that Coors Light is brewed down to 34 degrees.
If you can do that, that can go a long way for you.
It has.
Frost Brewed Coors Light, official beer sponsor of the NFL.
Coach Romeo, in your experience, what happens after a woman turns you down?
I knew I'd tell you, but I don't know.
Oh, congratulations.
Florida against Cincinnati in the All-State Sugar Bowl. New Year's Day only on Fox.
Time's running out on Toyotathon, our biggest event of the year. Hurry in for amazing deals on a huge selection of your favorite Toyota models. Don't miss out on the final days of Toyota's best lease deals of the year. You get more car for your money with lower monthly payments. And don't miss out on Corolla for just $159 a month. Or lease this Camry now for just $169 a month. That's $169 a month for a Camry. It's not just an event, it's Toyotathon. On now through January 4th.
Come down to Fountain Square and join Fox 19 for the Kroger New Year's Eve Blast. It all starts at 8 with free ice skating and fun for the whole family. Then the Fox 19 10 o'clock news goes live from the square, followed by live updates, a New Year's Eve countdown to 2010, and a fireworks display at midnight. It's the Kroger New Year's Eve Blast. The Sugar Bowl on Fox 19, brought to you by Cincinnati Bell. Get there faster with the Cincinnati Center for Pain Relief Traffic Tracker, only on fox19.com.
There's nothing like a family get-together during the holidays. Good food, fun, and a little sibling rivalry. Introducing the Cadillac Season's Best event. For attractive offers on all Cadillac models, see your dealer for details. From our family to yours, Season's Best from Cadillac.
Play Kentucky's Powerball. If it's Powerball, it's never small.
A crucial game today on Fox for Eli Manning and the Giants against Carolina. Eli's 26 touchdown passes this season, the most in his career. But if the G-Men are to make the playoffs, they need to win out and hope Dallas or Green Bay loses at least once.
One, two, three. Win on 3. This is our opportunity to show everybody what we about.
All right, Jimmy, unlike the AFC, it's pretty simple in the NFC. Packers, Giants, and Cowboys. 2 teams will make it, 1 won't. Which will, which won't?
Yeah, Green Bay's in. Good news for the Cowboys. The Cowboys have a cakewalk against Washington. And I know, Terry, it's a rivalry, but really, Washington's packed it in. And then the Cowboys beat Philadelphia at home next week. They win the division. That means Philadelphia is the other wild card. Unfortunately, Michael, the Giants are out.
Wow. Jimmy, I cannot concur with that.
Oh, really?
Yes. I think Green Bay is in. Green Bay could win the next 2 games. I think the Cowboys, first of all, is never cakewalk, even though I think Washington packed it in, but they have to play Philly. Whereas the Giants, you're going to go up against Carolina, which they should win, and then the Minnesota team, who probably won't play their guys because they're in the playoffs. I think the Giants come in at 10-6, the Cowboys 10-6, but then that moves the Giants in front of the Cowboys, and then you're sitting here eating your words.
So you're saying Brett's going to sit in the final game?
Not the first
play. He's going to start because he has a record. He has a record just to keep going, but he's not going to play the whole game.
Are you going to sit his butt down?
Am I?
In the final game?
If I had to, I would.
Oh.
Hey, and I'll tell you what, if I sit him down, my friend.
You sit him down.
I'm sitting him down.
All right.
Okay, I think we're all clear on that.
Right? If I tell you to sit, you sit. You sit.
Hey,
was he sure about that? Was he a golden retriever?
Terry, come on.
Sit down, Mike.
What do you say, Coach?
Guys, why don't we get upstairs and get the latest on all the key injuries today? Play the old in or out with our NFL insider, Jay Glazer. Jay, let's begin with that big game between Baltimore and Pittsburgh. James Harrison and Ed Reed in or out on both?
Both were questionable. Harrison is in, Ed Reed is out.
Will the Giants face Carolina running back D'Angelo Williams?
No, they will not. They'll face Jonathan Stewart.
The Eagles, Michael Vick, he's got a quad injury. Will he play against the Broncos?
He's done nothing all week. They're going to take him on the field just to see if he can be the emergency third.
The Saints' Jeremy Shockey, is he back today against Tampa?
He is out.
Atlanta running back Michael Turner, in or out?
He's out as well.
Is Fred Taylor back for New England?
Fred Taylor comes back for the first time since October 4th. He is active.
Against Jacksonville. Ironic. And finally, Albert Haynesworth was sent home this week from practice, and he's got a knee injury. In or out tonight against Dallas?
He was questionable with hurt feelings, but they do expect him to start.
His feelings hurt.
Yeah, hurt feelings.
That's a funny one there. Thanks a lot, Jay. We'll talk to you later.
Hey, Michael, when you make that kind of money, you kind of feel like, hey, I can say and do what I want. And you go, you know what, show up on time. You be a professional. I don't care how much you feel. I don't care what your record is. Show up and be a professional.
Michael,
you need to be an example.
Simple. He's infected with a disease.
What do they call it?
Superstar-itis.
That's right.
Yes, he's
you
infected.
You have it, too.
He's infected.
We're giving you a transfusion because I think you have some of it.
I think so. This has gotten really out of control. All right. You know what? While Terry, Michael, and Jimmy were all drinking eggnog for Christmas, the hardest working man in show business hit the film room. Howie Long working hours and hours to uncover the top 10 most underrated hidden gems in the NFL. Didn't you, Howie?
Big school and small, rookie and veteran, there are a number of players around the league who are making significant contributions to their football team and are on the verge of national recognition. Here are my top 10 gems, plus a couple more. Names like Ray Lewis, Jared Allen, we've all heard before. These guys are stars, but the NFL is full of talent, good players many have never heard of. So here are my top 10 hidden gems. And at number 10, Clay Matthews, Brian Cushing, and Brian Orakpo. Like draft experts, I couldn't pick just one of these rookie linebackers. Cushing is among the league's top 10 in tackles. His buddy Matthews is one of the main reasons the Packers' 3-4 defense is clicked. And Orakpo's 11 sacks ranks 5th in the league, an amazing number for a rookie. Speaking of young playmakers, receivers Pierre Garçon and Kenny Britt are number 9. Since I played for the national champion Villanova Wildcats, I'm kind of partial to small school guys. Garçon has gone from 2-time Division III champion Mount Union to being Peyton Manning's favorite deep threat. As for Britt, the future looks young and bright down in Tennessee. Number 8 is Minnesota defensive end Brian Robinson. Yeah, like the Vikings needed another talented swingman in their front 7. Robinson plays inside and outside. And on 3rd down, he slides next to Kevin Williams, allowing the Vikes to get their 4 best pass rushers on the field. Niners defensive tackle Abreu Franklin is number 7. He'll be making his 43rd straight start today. And at 6'1", 300+, teams are finding it very difficult to run at him. Number 6 is Cincy corner Leon Hall. You can make the case that both Hall and fellow corner Jonathan Joseph are a big reason why the Bengals have the number 5 defense in the league. But I went with Hall, who is more than happy to both cover you and tattoo you on the run. Falcons middle linebacker Curtis Lofton is my pick for number 5. He has 94 solo tackles, and coordinators within the division know that if you want to run the ball in the Falcons, you've got to account for Lofton. Number 4 is fullback Leonard Weaver. My only question is, why wasn't Big Red using this power back sooner? An ordained minister, teammates have appropriately named him the church van, and he's more than happy to take you for a ride. Calais Campbell out of the U at number 3. Hard to find three-man front defensive ends that are more than just phone booth run players. This guy physically engulfs people in both the running game and the passing game, and will only get better. I'm not too sure that most of America could even name the 5 starters on the Colts offensive line. A line that's allowed Peyton Manning to be sacked only 22 times over the last 2 years, even though Manning's thrown over 1,000 passes. Well, America, meet the starting left tackle for the 14-year-old Colts, my number 2 hidden gem, Charlie Johnson. And finally, my number 1 hidden gem is Vikings linebacker Chad Greenway. What is it about Iowa guys? Tough, smart, relentless. He can cover tight ends, running backs, and he runs sideline to sideline. Just ask the Packers. They totally respect his game. Speaking of respect, how about linebacker Aaron Campman? Remember what I said during the 2006 season about him? Jimmy.
Who is Aaron Campman?
Some guy you know.
That's the whole point. That's the whole point. He's the most underrated guy.
These guys may not be stars just yet, but they have stardom written all over them. Played with a lot of great players in Oakland and L.A., and a guy that was lost in the shuffle, in my mind, was Rod Martin. I thought Rod Martin was as good a big game player as there was in football.
Howie, I coached you after you left Villanova. Did y'all win the national championship?
Yeah.
When you were there?
No, wait.
When you were there.
No, we did now.
Oh, no, when you were there.
I'll tell you what. Who's won the last national championship, Miami or Villanova?
Oh. That means the alumni donation increases, right?
Yeah.
You guys always throw it on me. I figured I'd go back there. Hey, you want to talk about hidden gems? Frank Caliendo. About 10 years or so ago, he came in and has since made a sparkling impression on this very show. But here now, we've got a blast from the past in Frank's Cold Hard Picks, presented by Coors Light.
I'm just saying, if you're going to call it a hamburger, you might as well put some ham in it, am I right? Come on, people. All right, time to bring up our next act, and for that, I'm going to give you something the Lions can't. A W. Hey! Seriously, you've seen him on Comedy Central, where Jon Stewart makes fun of him every night. Here he is, George W. Bush. All right.
Hey, let's hear it for the Peasyberry Doughboy. Hey, we're becoming a great comedy team, me and Porkchop over here, just like Penn and Teller. Unfortunately, this one talks. I'd say try the veal, but looking at this guy, I doubt there's any left. Hey, I hope you guys came here to laugh. By the way, that's what the announcer says at the beginning of the Rams games. Hey, did you see the Vikings lost on Sunday night 2 times in the last 3 weeks? Don't worry, Vikings fans. Everything on NBC stinks. How about Dallas beating the Saints? Cowboys were so hot that night, Tiger Woods wanted to take them home. Too soon. All right. Wow, tough crowd. Hey, it's like I'm still president. Hey, I tell you, I don't get no respectification at all. Now I know how it feels to be Wade Phillips. You see that play where that Raider lost his pants? Take a look. The good news is, he was the only Raider who got the pants beat off him. Normally, it's the whole team. Well, I haven't seen a pantless Raider since, well, I gotta go back to Howie Long. Oh, yeah, I heard he did a piece earlier on the show called Hidden Gems, but that was ridiculous. Another Christmas and another year where Strahan still didn't get his 2 front teeth. All right, time for some NFL pickifications. This week I like the Giants over the Panthers. I take the Steelers to beat the Ravens. For a wild card, I take the Pats to top the Jaguars. For an upset, I'm going with the Texans over the Dolphins. Anyways, you guys have been great. I gotta go, but I'm gonna leave you with 5 more jokes. Here they are.
Maybe 5 more jokes, but nothing's funnier than you in front of your locker, Howie.
You posed for that.
Look at that.
Well, it's Frank's screensaver. He left that. Which scares me, Frank.
That's funny.
Oh, boy. You look like Levi Johnston in that post.
Oh,
really?
You actually went and viewed the picture?
Wow.
I got it.
I'm just saying.
I don't know about you folks, but I'm a little uncomfortable.
It's Terry's screensaver, so I just looked at his computer. All right, guys. Let's get back to Howie being the lead guy and the lead dog because he hit his upset pick once again last week. He's extended that lead to first place by 5 points over Jimmy. And after that, it's Michael, Terry, and Frank. And by the way, Howie, our producer Scott Ackerson says don't get too comfortable. A rule change might be coming your way sometime very soon.
I mean, after nudity, there's more?
Let's get to today's picks. Frank likes the G-Men against Carolina. Jimmy.
Yeah, I like the G-Man against Carolina.
I bought this box because these were Howie's ashes are going to go as I smoke him. I'm taking the G-Men today.
G-Men.
Yep. Yeah, Eli's playing well. I'm going to New York.
Which, with your track record, means go with Carolina. All right, Frank says the Steelers blast Baltimore. Jimmy.
Upset, Baltimore.
I'm with you on that, Jimmy. Baltimore.
Baltimore.
Steelers.
Frank's wild card. He likes the Patriots to win today and win the AFC East, beating the Jags.
Dallas Cowboys.
I like Philadelphia, actually, over Denver.
Cowboys.
Cowboys.
Frank's official upset pick. The Texans to beat Miami and end their playoff hopes. Jimmy.
Very few choices, so I go with Houston.
I'm taking the Raiders over Cleveland.
Very few choices. I like Miami, but I'm going with Houston for the upset.
Raiders are going to kill you. I'm going with Houston.
You know what, man? I'm going. I'm sitting next to this guy. After I saw that picture, I said, I'm going with his old team.
Your motivation.
You're scaring me.
They must be comfortable in their own skin. I got to go with it.
Time to wrap up the show like we do each and every week with a little Fired Up presented by Burger King, and it's TB's turn. TB,
right.
I know it's a scary question, but what's on your mind?
You know what, Fired Up. And by the way, this is my last Fired Up. As we're near playoff time, I got to reflecting, hasn't it been a grand season? We've had so much fun. Remember when we jumped all over the Jets praising their young quarterback when they upset the Patriots? My pal Jimmy here, well, he was forking a team that will be in the playoffs. He was back when Brett Favre was running 20 yards downfield, throwing blocks. But after a season of being sacked and knocked around, Brett can barely walk to the sidelines. I'm as guilty as the next guy at proclaiming this guy's great or this poor coach should be fired. We all had the Saints and the Vikings in the NFC Championship game, and now we could be looking at the Eagles or how about them Cowboys, a team we like to bury this time of year. It's like the story my grandfather told me of the old bull and the young bull standing on top of the hill, looking down on a pasture where there's 100 cows. The young bull turns and says to the old man, hey, let's sprint down there and pick out the best-looking one and give her some loving. And the old bull says, easy, son, no, let's just walk down there and love them all. You see, we never learn to be patient, Howie. We always forget that a football season, it's a marathon, not a sprint. We need to let the season unfold, let it unravel, and then we'll get a true sense, a true identity of the teams involved. Football is like life, a lot like life. My mama always said, life was like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. And I really am fired up. I want to tag it by saying this. 16 seasons we've done this. Howie, Jimmy, Michael, Kurt, these are guys I love. This is our family. And for me, that's fired up, to be able to come to work every Sunday with your buddies. I appreciate that.
I love you, man.
I love you.
By the way, we got to do one more plug here. To watch the latest episode of The King and Us, just log on to foxsports.com/BK.
And there's no nudity in that one?
We hope not.
Thank God.
All right, early games coming up next. If you got a late game only, just come on back here and I ask you, what better way to spend a Sunday than with your friends and watching football on Fox?
Can I borrow your handkerchief?
For unbelievable individual performance, Josh Cribbs was off the charts.
Well, Josh Cribbs, and how about Jerome Harrison? Third best rushing performance ever by a football player. And when you say, I've got the best game ever by a Cleveland Brown at halfback, you're saying something. With the history here with Jim Brown and the rest of the performers at halfback. 286 yards, 3 touchdowns. He only had 1 touchdown coming into this game. It told you a lot. It told you that this offensive line can do it effectively, and it told you this running back has really hung in there to show his ability in this league. Well, a guy that everyone knows about is Joshua Cribbs. He's brought back more kickoff returns for touchdowns than anybody in the history of the NFL, but he also plays quarterback in their spread offense, their Wildcat version. season. He's also a very, very good receiver. He is a guy, Don, that you better have everything accounted for.
The Raiders have gone from a team in disarray this season to a team that nobody wants to play. They've been particularly tough on the road. Won last week at Denver. Overall, they've won 3 of their last 5.
Well, they won in Denver with 240 yards rushing and going through a few quarterbacks. Gradkowski was down. Fry started. Fry came out of the game. Jamarcus Russell came into the game. In fact, J.P. Losman played for a snap. But Russell was the one that was in, won the game with the pass to Chad Shillings. They win 20-19. Charlie Fry is going to be back at quarterback. He had a concussion in that game in Denver. But the key is Darren McFadden and the running game. That's how the Raiders control football games, especially on the road.
And now, Randy, let's check the Home Depot tools to victory.
Well, 2 simple points to start out with, broad points for both teams. One is the 3-headed running game for the Oakland Raiders. I don't care who carries the ball. This is a team that loves to pound it and feed the ball. They got to get the outside edge. Jerome Harrison, yes, Charlie Fry. I mean, yes, Derek Anderson's going to run the spread offense, but they're all about the running game. Now, the individual tools, the Raiders have got to tackle well. The first guy that gets to a running back, gets to anybody with a ball, they have to be effective. The Raiders have the best kicker-punter combination in Sebastian Janikowski and Leckler. This will be a field position game. Josh McGosh, not just special teams. Watch for him on offense. He is something else. And if this Cleveland defense can hold the Raiders under 100 yards rushing, simple formula, you win.
And for more Home Depot player stats, log on to CBSSports.com. Raiders and the Browns last met at Oakland in 07. Raiders were victor that day, 26-24. Over the years, the Raiders have had good success against the Browns in Cleveland. Raiders have won 4 of 5 here. One of those wins was a playoff victory in a most memorable game back in January of '81, and the Raiders that year, after beating the Browns, would go on to win the Super Bowl. We'll be back in a moment.
What's the most dangerous sport in the world?
Ready, set, go.
How about jumping off a cliff and flying like a bird? See it tonight on 60 Minutes.
Don't miss Simon Baker in The Mentalist, Thursday, only CBS.
You are watching NFL Sunday Ticket.
Some people just know how to build things well. Give you and your loved ones an expertly engineered Mercedes-Benz at the winter event going on now. But hurry, the offer ends January 4th.
Relive the action you missed.
They get knocked out today.
Each week, the 4 best games are re-aired all season long. Enhanced with coaches' commentary, NFL films footage, and wired sound.
Just keep battling, we'll get them.
The excitement doesn't end on Sunday. NFL Replay, Tuesday and Wednesday starting at 8, only on NFL Network.
It's that special time of year again. Of joy and celebration, goodwill and sharing. And now, at your Hyundai dealer, the season of giving, including great deals on a new car.
Right now, during Hyundai Holidays, you'll get 0% financing for up to 60 months on a 2010 Sonata and make no payments for 90 days. Or get up to $2,500 cash back on a 2009 Santa Fe.
See? You're not that hard to shop for.
We started with over 1 billion colors. Generously added more than 2 million liquid crystal pixels. Combined 960 backlighting LEDs with 240 flawless scenes per second. Made it 50% more energy efficient. And it all came down to one thing. The new 55-inch True LED from Vizio. Superior picture performance. Superior price from America's #1 LCD HD TV company.
Hey, cheers.
Today at Cleveland, it's the Raiders and the Browns. The Raiders have won 4 of 5 games at Cleveland over the years. Both teams are playing their best football down the stretch. Today's game is brought to you in Sony High Definition, and the kickoff is next.
Presenting Subway Fresh Buzz, a look at football's most buzzworthy teams, brought to you by Subway, home of the famous $5 footlong. Subway, eat fresh.
All for baby, 14-0 today.
With number 27, Jacob Lacey, and number 68, Eric Foster, making plays on defense.
Sets up. Here comes some pressure. Freeney comes around the side. They got him at second.
And quarterback Peyton Manning leading the Colts' top-ranked passing offense. Indianapolis has won an NFL record 23 straight regular season games.
Colts on 3. 1, 2, 3, go!
Start the year right. Eat smart with a mega meaty yet surprisingly low-fat Subway Club. Part of a Subway Fresh Fit meal. A simple way to enjoy eating better. Subway. Eat fresh.
CBS Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
"35 degrees in northern Ohio. Wind should not be much of a factor. There are some snow showers forecast. Head coach of the Raiders, Tom Cable, told us he feels his team is really getting close to being a real good team. And Eric Mangini and his Browns have won 2 straight. The Browns had not won 2 in a row in 24 games. So they're both on an uptick down the stretch run of the season. Raiders have won the toss, and they will receive. Ready to kick off for the Cleveland Browns. Phil Dawson in there. Deep man is Gary Russell for the Raiders. Third-year fullback, actually, out of Minnesota. Fullback running back, but a good kick returner. Browns kicking off into the closed end of the stadium. High spinning kick. Carries down to the goal line. And a wise move as the Raiders down the ball. And now Charlie Fry leads the Oakland Raiders out onto the field. Played collegiately at Akron, was of course a draft choice of the Cleveland Browns. Was pulled from the starting lineup after just a half of the first game in 07. And Derek Anderson, who will start today for the Browns, took over and went on to go to a Pro Bowl that season. And now Charlie Fry is back. He got his first meaningful playing time in 14 months last week. And before getting knocked out of the game at Denver, the Raiders, of course, won that game, coming from behind to do it. 1st and 10 Raiders. Both arms on the ball. And McFadden takes it straight ahead. As we look at the Raiders on offense, Mario Henderson playing better and better all the time at left tackle, a huge left guard. Raider offensive line blocking well. Michael Bush in the backfield now for the Raiders. As we look at some of the skill position players, Zach Miller was out last week. He leads them with 50 catches. Terrific tight end. 3rd year from Arizona State. It's now 2nd and 6.
Bush and McFadden are in the game, Don. McFadden bottom of the screen at wide receiver.
And they bring him out to the wide receiver position to the near side. Fry looks at him, throws it, picked off. Browns have the ball on intercept inside the 20. And Cameron Wembley going for the ball. And it's David Bowens who actually got his hands on it and took it inside. And it will be a great field position on this first turnover of the day on the second play.
Out to the far left of the screen. That's Darren McFadden lined up at wide receiver. They try to throw a quick slant. That was just a poorly conceived play, I think, and a very, very bad decision by Charlie Fry. That throws right into the wheelhouse of the defense, and David Bowens was right there waiting for it.
So a big development early in this game, and now the Browns go on offense. 1st and 10 at the 17-yard line of the Raiders. Derek Anderson at quarterback, under center. Handoff, running with the ball is Jerome Harrison, who had that huge game last week, as you were pointing out, Randy, the 3rd best running day in NFL history. 286 yards. Derek Anderson in his 5th year from Oregon State. number 3, quarterbacking the Cleveland Browns, went to the Pro Bowl in 07. Originally a 6th-round draft choice of Baltimore, and then he was cut. Browns signed him as a free agent.
And Don, this is Anderson's first real live start the game experience with this no huddle. Brady Quinn was running this, and he was the reason they put this in. They decided to stay with the no huddle now with Anderson.
Anderson, yep, running it for the first time. Here's a handoff. Browns running it very well. This is going to go in. Jerome Harrison takes the football right into the end zone, and the Browns strike quickly on the Raiders. A 17-yard run from scrimmage, and Cleveland, capitalizing on the early turnover, goes out in front 6-0.
This ought to put you right here in the field. Look at the blocking by that whole front for the Cleveland Browns, especially that left side of the offense. Does a beautiful job with Steinbach and Thomas just clearing the way, and coming around from the backside was the offensive guard, Hadnot.
Well, Fry looking for answers. A bad throw. As far as the Browns were concerned, it was a great one. And now the point after attempt by Dawson is up and good. And the Browns on a 17-yard touchdown run after an interception gave them position. And they go out in front 7-0. 2 plays, 17 yards.
One afternoon, some of the people at work came up and said, hey, you want to come and help at the Ronald McDonald House? And I was like, sure. We cook food and we provide a place for families to relax. What about dessert? Do we have any dessert lined up for today? Brownies. Brownies. That big? When you can come in and you can make a little girl that's going through the things that she's going through smile, it's all worth it right there. This is who I am.
Chug that coffee. Bolt that burrito. No matter what life throws at you, you can take the heat until it turns into heartburn. Good thing you've got what it takes to beat that heat, too. Zantac. It's strong. Just one pill can knock out the burn. It's fast, the speed you need for heartburn relief, and it lasts up to 12 hours. So, let them turn up the heat. You can stop that heartburn cold. Zantac.
Most unbelievable? It's a tie! Sleigh driver, truck driver. You work with elves, you deliver a satisfying diet drink.
Only one way to settle it.
Taste the carnival. With powdered sugar and vanilla icing dip, try new funnel cake sticks, served all day at Burger King.
Only Katie asks the questions.
How many times did you do crystal meth?
You want answers.
Explain to me why that enhances your foreign policy credentials. Is this photo fabricated? Is this photo a lie?
Only Katie Couric.
Why should Americans sign off on spending billions of dollars?
Only CBS News.
This is Don Criqui with Randy Cross back at Cleveland with the Browns on an interception by Bowens. And soon after a 17-yard touchdown run by Harrison. And they have taken a 7-0 lead on the Raiders.
Taking advantage of a very bad decision by Charlie Fry. Very bad decision.
Here is the kickoff now by Dawson. A high spinning kick. Down to the 10-yard line. And the Raiders will get it out across the 30 into the 20. Across the 20, now to the 27-yard line. Let's take a look now at the Browns on defense. Drafted by the Raiders, Kenyon Coleman is a defensive end. Tyba Rubin has been a big factor at nose tackle. He's really shored up the run defense. Linebackers saw Bowens at work early in this game. First pass of the Raiders, and he intercepted it. And changes in the secondary. Mike Pops Adams goes to right cornerback for Brandon McDonald. Furry is starting as a safety. And here's a handoff and weaving nicely up to the 29-yard line is Darren McFadden, who had a 12-carry, 74-yard game against the Broncos. His best production, Randy, since September.
And really the key for them was how consistent each running back was. And they just gashed Denver. But they also share a vision running game-wise in this game against Cleveland. They know Cleveland's pretty stout inside. They want to run off the tight ends, off the tackles outside.
Charlie Fry letting the long ball go. And he overshoots his man, Chaz Schillens. A deep threat But Fry strong of arm, too strong that time.
Oh, absolutely. That was a wide open Schillens, too. You lead him the right way, he's going to get a heck of a chance working against Eric Wright. And remember, this defensive backfield for Cleveland, you got to concentrate on Mike Adams, normally a safety working up at cornerback, and you've got to also concentrate on 87 Furry working at safety. He's had experience at safety before. This is a nice situation to get thrown into. He's played some already this year.
Now here's 3rd and a long 6. Fry gets a look, goes to a receiver, and Schillens comes down with the ball, but he does it out of bounds. So the Raiders are 3 and out, and the Browns with a 7-0 lead will get the ball back on a punt.
Well, the Cleveland Browns would love Charlie Fry and the Oakland Raiders to keep throwing the ball. I mean, I worry about their running game if I'm Cleveland. They're going to continue to ignore it and put the ball in the air. I know you have questions about this defensive backfield, but you better establish the run.
And that's kind of a surprise, throwing those long balls early. Now here's the punt by Shane Leckler, who might be a record setter this season. Punting yardage, and Krebs, the sensational one, takes it across the 30 and to about the 32-yard line. A 53-yard punt by Leckler, a 14-yard return.
Hey, Jimmy Football here. What's missing from your tailgate party? Tail. Well, not anymore. With the Bud Light Tailgate Companion, now the goods come to you. We didn't make your dog. We just made your dog better.
Now when I want ketchup on my dog, I just call my dog. Thanks, dog.
Thanks, Bud Light.
It's a Bud Light Tailgate Companion, and it's tailgate approved.
Tough call.
Well, during the Volkswagen Sign Then Drive event, you can get a Jetta, Tiguan, or award-winning CC for practically just your signature. And Volkswagen even covers scheduled maintenance at no cost.
It can't be that easy. That was pretty easy.
Sign Then Drive is back. Hurry in and get legendary Volkswagen value for practically just your signature.
I'm all shook up.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Southwest Airlines. Go to southwest.com, grab your bag, it's on. Sirius XM, hear how satellite radio is changing the way you listen. And by Bud Light, with the just right taste that's not too heavy, not too light. The difference is drinkability.
Most rushing yards in a game, 296 for Peterson of the Vikings. Jamal Lewis, 295 in 03. And then Harrison this year, 286 last week. Now he reverses his field, Harrison, but the Raiders are all over it. Matt Shaughnessy, a rookie from Wisconsin who's getting terrific grades, number 77, makes the tackle for a loss of 8 yards.
Yeah, you come in as a young player, and these days not everyone expects you to really play your best football.